Hello, Sunbeams. Welcome to Sunshine Realms. My name is Sunshine, and I am here for today's weekly tarot card and oracle card reading. I hope everyone is doing well. I am sending prayers out to those that are being devastated at this time with Mother Earth's demanding presence. And I pray that everyone is safe. I have already pre-shuffled and I pulled out some influential energies since we're going into the full moon in Cancer. This is the Moonology card, and this is the Astro Codes Oracle card to represent the water sign, the cardinal sign of Cancer that's ruled by the moon. So for the full moon to be in Cancer, in a watery sign, let's tap into the energy for the week to see if Spirit will offer us any medicine in regards to what we are supposed to learn. There's a reflection that we're having to look at, especially with this immersion with the Cancer energy. We'll tap into that a little bit later. Start off with this Untamed Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Let's see what Spirit has for us for this week that we're moving into, our weekend energy that's going to move us into next week with the full moon in Cancer. Anaconda, that's a water element as well, camouflage and imbalance. The full moon in Cancer is going to be a very intense time. I feel like the intensity is emotions. We might be hiding our emotions, or something might be hidden about where we are emotionally that's impacting the world around us, the frequencies around us. There's a disruption somewhere, and the disruption could be something that is not yet seen. I'm actually going to pull one of the star codes, the star codes oracle for this reading for this week, so that we'll have a collective message or collective energy for us to tap into this week. Thank you, Spirit. The 8th house of Scorpio came out. Mystery. The 8th house is also about rebirth, transformation, death and rebirth specifically. And this week we are being called to take a look at what needs to be purged, what needs to be let go of, especially with the full moon in Cancer. Take a look at what we need to get rid of, what has been expired in our life, specifically in our emotions, something that we might not be able to see right now. With this mystery of the 8th house, it also rules intimacy, our intimate bodies, and our intimate spaces. So it might be uncovering something that we need to take a deeper look into this week that we might not have looked at before. There could be a letting go of a physical space, a letting go of a physical place, or a letting go of something that has been familiar, especially as there's suffering and people are losing their homes. But also, this could be moving into a different space, traveling to move to a different space, and sometimes you might be in a period of influx. You don't know where you're going to go with the mystery of the eighth house here. You don't know what the transformation or the rebirth is. You just know that you're being called to leave, called to get rid of, called to let go of, called to put a death to something that you're doing or not doing in your life. The call is always to create space, sacred space, intimate space, inner space for us to allow something new to come in. The 46 card is also a 10, which means that there's an ending of one way of being to give birth to something that is new, not only within us, but planetary wise. Our entire community is being impacted by how this earth, how this Mother Earth is speaking to us. Scorpio is a water sign. Scorpio can be mysterious or misunderstood, so we could be in a space or a headspace where we don't understand what's going on around us. We're just being asked to move, asked to change, asked to purge, asked to give birth to something new. But in terms of doing that, we have to let something go. We have to make room for new skin with this anaconda here, or make room to move from land to water, to move into the space of emotions and move away from the material things that this earth and this earthly matter brings. There's definitely something that we are being told to do at this time, this week. This energy is heavy, and it's heavy in a good way, because full moons always allow space for newness to come in if we acknowledge that it's time. Something is bubbling up to the surface that we need to take a deeper look at. And the full moon is falling on the 13th day of the month, which is also death and rebirth. So we are being called to step in and step up in some type of way emotionally, to embrace where we are in our own lives and take the lead. I chose this deck because this is a very, to me, it's a watery deck. It's an emotional deck, and it speaks a lot to what is hidden within us. It's a shadowy energy, and with Cancer here, it just represents that although the emotions might be stifled or stagnant or placed on hold, they're still there. The King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Not only are we holding on to emotions, it's pecking away at us. It's showing up in our lives in the form of anxiety, in the form of fear, in the form of things that are keeping us up at night, or impacting how we move on this earth monetarily wise, in the Pentacles area, in the Earth area. It's restricting how we move in the financial area, or in the area in which we have always relied upon in order to make movements on this earth, within the space of money, material, tangible. It could be physical things, but it could also be seeds that we've planted. It could also be soil. It could also be land. And there's a restriction here, and it's indicating that maybe we need to take a deeper look at how we spend our resources, because how we spend our resources or where we spend our time is giving us a bit of anxiety. Not only just anxiety, but an opportunity to take a deeper look at ourselves and what we need to do to change. Because with every death, it's a rebirth, it's a new opportunity, it's a square one, it's a zero opportunity to build from nothing. A lot of people don't like to associate loss or grief or destruction as opportunity, but the energy today is asking us to do just that. It's asking us to take a deeper dive at how we move on this planet and what is important for us. Because otherwise, if we don't reflect on it and reapproach it and take some form of a looking glass or a mirror, hold it up to ourselves, we'll never see what Spirit is asking us to do. And this ideology or this way of thinking is definitely holding us back, and it's not allowing us to change in a significant way where it makes an impact. And I like to invite people to look at their daily routines. What in your daily routine, something that you do every single day, that what can you shift in your daily routine that's going to acknowledge or start or spark change that's going to impact your future? Because it's always one step at a time. When you're at a 0 point, where you're in a death rebirth time frame, when you're in a time frame where you have to purge, or there's something that's being eclipsed out or changed or transformed in your life, what can you do incrementally? And in that space, in that incremental space of change, what can you do in order to reach a place where you feel more connected to the balances, more connected to the shedding of skin, more connected to the rebirth rather than the transition of loss? I'm going to use the Kipper cards in order to help us have an idea of where this energy this week is impacting us, because sometimes the where change needs to occur is very helpful for people to understand what needs to be changed. So let's get some insight on where these incremental changes can be made. Official person. This is what I love about insight. The official person has a lot to do with tenure. The official person has a lot to do with what we've done for a very long time, how we earned our place to where we are right now, how we arrived at this point in our lives. This could also represent tenure or a title of some sort, the ownership of something that is significant, a reputation. It can be a position of power. It could also be a position of authority, leadership, and it could also be a physical thing like a house or a vehicle or a business or a spouse. Whatever it is that represents the official aspect of your life, this is something that we are having to take a look at in terms of incremental changes, something that we put as the precedence or the most important thing in our life, might need a little bit of tweaking. And with the Six of Cups and this Nine of Swords, it seems as if we've been attached to it for a very long time with the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. This attachment to this thing, or the attachment that we've placed on this thing, the pedestal for which we put this thing, whatever it is to you, in that position of our sanctity, or what is delivering us from whatever pains we might have suffered before. So it could be something that represents how we feel about ourselves. Entitlement. I'm getting our ego. Having an ego. And that ego is holding us back from changing, from shifting, or from having balance. This ego could be, or the way we see ourselves, could be holding us back from shifting into change. So there's a little bit of entitlement here with this energy, because this is what's holding us back, the incremental changes. And Spirit will do that. Spirit will put you in a position where you have to start all over or start at zero. And it's almost like it's a checkmate for us to really take a look at what our priorities were for a very long time, and how we arrived at that point where we have to put our ego in check. Especially with this 8th house energy here, it's as if we are being checkmated by Spirit in terms of where we're putting our energy and what's important to us. Because at some point, being in this position was the most important thing, and it's earned. I got this energy last week with the red, and Cancer is a cardinal sign, and cardinals are signs of ancestors. And those that know anything about cardinals, it's the masculine that is the reddest bird. The females have more gray than red, so this could be a masculine who's exuding this level of power, because red also represents the root chakra, the power center, and the confident center. So Spirit really wants us to take a deeper dive with how we present ourselves to the world and try to integrate more of our emotions, because the place in which we are transforming the most is in the emotional space, and it has a lot to do with our physical possessions. Something is falling away. We're being asked to move through some waters. So let's see how we can prepare a little bit better for this full moon in Cancer. Let's see. Knight of Wands, the Strength card. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Five of Swords. And the Hermit. I'm going to say what I first got when I flipped these cards over. And this might not be for everyone who's watching, but if this is your paradigm, if this is your frequency, then you'll know it intuitively. The first thing I got is, not only is Spirit checkmating us in terms of our ego, Spirit is fed up with the way that we've been walking on this earth. And we might not like what comes about this week, but it's for our own good. We're going to grow with this energy. We're going to expand with this energy. We're going to learn with this energy. But we're going to also feel a significant push. Spirit is pushing us just a wee bit because we have been stuck in the energy that we've been in for a while. And it's time for us to have a little bit of light, guidance, and it might be a little bit, it might feel like a little poke, a little stick. I say that with the kindest place from my heart because I know what this feels like. And I know that when Spirit has a poke for us, we need it. And I think that the earth is speaking to us as well in terms of how Spirit is poking us. Literally getting out of the head space and into the heart space. We must remove the mask. And the mask has to do with where we are emotionally. Emotionally, we have to tap into new paradigms, which means that we're stuck. We can't get out of this tenured egoic place. It's holding us back. I want to see with the Kipper, what is the influence of the Strength card and the Five of Swords? Because Spirit is about to poke us, and it might have something to do with legal document, the signing of a legal document. Let's get more into that. Almost by force. Message of concern. Yeah, we're being forced out of something. Out of a paradigm, out of a way of thinking, or out of a place in our lives that is not serving us at all. I said signing of a document, and it came out with this message of concern card. She's holding her heart, which is the emotional space, as if she's saying to herself, well, wow, I didn't expect that. And at the end of the day, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but either way, Spirit said it's for our best and highest good. And here's the thing, unless you soften your heart, you're going to feel that poke in a painful way. And I will welcome anyone to step into this weekend in a state of reflection and go into next week with a state of appreciation, because this could be a nudge in a positive direction, but it might require you to leave a person, place, or thing behind in order for you to arrive in wherever Spirit is taking you, because there's always two sides of a coin, left and right, black and white. There's always two sides. So if Spirit is closing a door, guarantee there will be another door opening. This is going to be life-changing. What is the medicine? What is the lesson, Spirit? What are you teaching us in preparation for the week ahead? The card that came out is the Three of Cups. That's also a release, a celebration. of some kind. The release is going to be a little bit harsh with this Five of Wands. I feel like this release, I get the distinct feeling with this Three of Cups, this is something that Spirit asked us to do a long time ago, but we sat on it. We refused to do it, or we refused to look at it, or we refused to go in this direction. And Spirit is pushing us in that direction. It's like we're trying to fight what Spirit is already pushing us to do. And now it's to a point where they've had enough of us trying to like push it back in, like they don't want, like we don't want it to come out, but it's coming out. It's like, this is the truth. I find the humor in everything because I feel like this is something that we have tried to avoid. Ooh, and that's the House card, the Four of Wands, which is the 1111 card after the Five of Wands. This has to do with the home space, how we live, where we live, person, place, or thing, tangible, where we put our time, who we think we are, who we are behind closed doors, honey. I love this because sometimes we need that push. And I'm telling you, this is for our good, because the Hermit is here with the Knight of Wands. This is something we've been avoiding, and Spirit is not going to let us avoid it anymore. Let's find out what's on the bottom. Empress, home, family, Venusian, Taurus, Libra. Yeah, it has to do with the Empress and the Four of Wands. Spirit is asking us to move in a direction where we're being prepared for more, and we're trying to stay where we are at. That's where the friction is coming in. Family room on the bottom, which just ties everything together. For the family room to be on the bottom, somebody is moving out, moving on. Now is the time. Now. Spirit is saying, now. Come out of, I heard come out of hiding in terms of our emotions. Come out of hiding your emotions, because there's more on the other side. There's more awaiting you. There's more waiting for you. Once you purge out an old version of yourself, singular or attached to something, Spirit is asking you to join forces or align with earthly matters, passion and love and beauty. Align with the Empress energy, align with beautification, align with Venus, align to create balance with Libra, align with something that's going to create something significantly better for you in the home space. It's like beauty awaits. It's awaiting you on the other side. Not only is it reaching a resolution, it's like immerse yourself in the present moment. Answer the call of Mercury. Answer the call of the 8th house of Scorpio. Answer the call so that you can change and become something better, so that you can grow new seeds. Yeah, to create a whole new landscape for you. But until you receive this push and change, then you won't be immersed in the emotions that come with the Empress energy and the family room energy and the Hermit and the Four of Wands. So there's always a positive side to the message if you are open to it. So if you've enjoyed the messages that you've received today for your weekend and your week ahead, please feel free to like the content, share, subscribe if that is your vibe. I appreciate you for sharing space with me today. Have a great day.